win and happy for our players. I thought their effort was outstanding. Anybody who's at the game or saw the game clearly. We had a lot of play with loose ends and just a lot of mishaps made it really tough on ourselves in a lot of different regards. But the big thing is the guys hung in there and they kept fighting, and certainly got it done there in the last whatever it was 20 minutes, and just really proud of their efforts. So we clearly have a lot of work to do, but it all starts with the effort and not quitting, and our guys did a great job of that. And Pittsburgh made it hard on us. Credit to them; they played a good game. They're gonna have a good football team, but they certainly made it tough on us.
This is a game you won't forget.
Yeah, I don't think so. And I was trying to forget it somewhere there in about mid-third quarter. Things weren't going very well, and nothing really looked very pretty. Maybe outside Eric Guthrie's punts. So just really pleased with the way the guys hung in there. And Gary just said, I think it's one of the biggest comebacks ever in Iowa history. So that'll be good medicine for our football team. That's something we really needed.
How about for you in a comeback?
Well, I'm needless to say, I'm very happy. And whatever happens, we're gonna push forward and try to get better next week. But it's with a team with a lot of young guys, I'm not gonna say we're a young team. We got some good senior players and older players, but we got a lot of moving parts right now. So for us to be able to do that and pull something off like that, especially when it looks pretty bleak, that should be really, if we allow it to be, it'll be really a good thing for us and help our growth.
What button did you push at that point?
I wish I could tell you, but the biggest thing I just shared with our players is I think the best thing about it to me was it was, we were kind of self-inflicting ourselves and had self-inflicted wounds in all 3 areas, and then it was really a team win. If you think about the kickoff coverage, Joe Alderhelm come up with a big play, then Tommy Donatel following up with a really big play, and those kinds of things sparked the defense. They certainly sparked the crowd. And we were struggling. We wanted to throw the ball a little bit today. We were struggling in the passing game, and then really found our rhythm there in the last 20 minutes. So that was really good to see.
You looked awfully.
In the first 2.5 quarters, when Vandenberg came to the sideline, how did he look? How did he react?
He was fine. Other than we weren't doing well. And when we were doing well, then we'd get a negative yardage play, be it a penalty or a holding call, what have you. So. Those second and 20s are really tough to deal with, and third and 15s are tough to deal with. I don't know how many we had, how good we were. Oh, I know we weren't good on third down in that first part of the game. But James is a pretty composed guy. He's got his wits together, I think, at all times. And if he doesn't show it. And I was reminding myself during the course of the game too. He's still a pretty young guy out there in that field. We had Stanzi last year, was a 3-year player, but this is James is whatever now 4th start. So. That this, not only help him, but a lot of our younger guys is going to be really good.
You seemed really well versed in the no-huddle offense. How much time do you work on that?
Oh, I don't know that we work on it any more than we have in the past. Maybe a little bit more. We spent a little bit more time since, I guess even in spring ball. But you really don't want to be in that situation where in the third quarter you have to go to it. But we did. Realistically, that's where we had to go. And James has a knack, and I think he's always had a good knack of operating that, even when he was second team. So that's a part of it too, is just having a little feel for things. But the execution overall is pretty good, and it was great to have some young guys step up and make plays, guys that haven't done a lot in the game. Bullock had a touchdown run, and Cavante, Martin Manley making a couple of TD grabs. If we're going to have a team that's representative, we're going to have to get contributions from everybody. So that was great to see. Zach Derby making some big plays for us too, which is outstanding.
Coach, you were seen getting pretty emotional after the game, and it sounded in the locker room too. What about this game kind of brought out those emotions?
Probably because I watch this team every day, and you got a feel for where we're at and what our challenges are. And, my sister could have been at the game. She might have been watching, come to think of it, but she could have been at the game and said, boy, this team's got a lot of work to do right now. And we do. There's every phase. So, despite all our rough spots and despite our deficiencies right now, our inexperience or whatever it may be, whatever it is, wherever it is, to push through and still get the game, to win the game and, have the guys feel good about themselves afterwards. That's something a growing team really needs. You need that. And quite frankly, we could use one of those in November too. So I think I've read enough about that as well. But that's, it's just an important part. And, just puts a whole different light on things.
A lot of the players talked about James's composure in the huddle and everything. How big is that for him?
Yeah, we were just talking a little bit a while ago, you know, it's his, he always gives you that appearance, and I don't know what's going on, I'm not a mind reader, but he typically looks unflappable, and, you know, you go back to the Ohio State game, that's how he appeared there, and the Minnesota game the next week, which was kind of like this one for a while, you know, there wasn't much going right. So that's always his demeanor, that's just how he is, and, but, you know, clearly things weren't going well, but he never came unglued and stayed positive and kept pushing, and, you know, then things started moving well for us.